Hi team, Coach Liz here. I am really excited to share some of the new updates that we have inside of the Coach Online Office. And instead of organizing some crazy team meeting to get us all together, because I know schedules are really hard, I figured I would just throw together a quick recording for you and you guys can do it and follow along when it fits into your personal schedule. So inside of our Coach Online Office, there is a section called the My Websites, and that's where you as a coach can add a lot of value to any of your prospects that are interested in joining your challenge groups or just getting Shakeology, signing up for Beachbody On Demand, et cetera, et cetera. It's basically your storefront. So Beachbody has really improved our ability to manage that website and add really cool features to it. You can add videos and pictures and all kinds of great stuff. And another awesome piece that is now integrated into our websites is it includes a section for every one of our personal BOD groups that we are listed as a coach admin on. So if you're a coach admin and you have a 3-day refresh group coming up, if you're scheduling a muscle burns fat group, if you currently have a bar blend group happening, all those groups will be in there. And when someone asks, like they're interested and they want to join, you can always send them to your website. They can look at that list. They can see their options of like, oh, look at all these different groups. It lets them kind of peruse them, and they could sign up just by looking at a group. And like maybe you have like a moms only group and you have a stay-at-home mom that's interested in joining a group. They can go join that group, like something that might interest them. So there's lots of great features and I can't wait to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is log into the Coach Online Office and let you kind of walk through with me. So feel free to sort of like move the Zoom recording over to one side of your screen and put your Coach Online Office on another side of your screen if you want to follow along with me while we're going. Or just get yourself a nice little notebook here and take notes while I'm talking through of some of the things that come to mind that you can update your website with, some of the things that you personally want to share about your journey, anything like that. And then you can go back and fill it out later. So, but what I would say, go through, don't overthink these websites, do a once over for sure, and make sure all your buttons are clicked, everything is turned on the way that you want it to be. Add a couple pictures just to make sure that when people go to your site, you can say like, hey, is there a picture of me there? Do you see a picture of me? Because maybe you have a common name. You don't want them to end up on a different coach's site by accident. So add a couple pictures, add a little bit of color that you can, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to see mine. It's not perfect yet. It's all a work in progress. So here goes nothing. I'm going to start sharing my screen. And we're going to log in to the Coach Online Office. So coach.teambeachbody, why is this not working? Coach.teambeachbody.com is the website that you're going to want to search. You can also just go to teambeachbody.com and find the Coach tab and you can log in that way. So then down here, click Sign In and simply log into your Team Beachbody Coach account. And if this is your first time logging into your Team Beachbody online coach account, do not get overwhelmed, I promise. Just follow along with what we're doing. There's lots of content in here, so much training, so much helpful information, lots of things that you can share with people, lots of things that will teach you how to share. I'm so excited about the upgrades that they have done over the last couple of years. In order to update your websites, and I would say this is something that you should do as a coach within your first week for sure, if not your first 48 hours of being a coach. Simply you want to go to these top tabs here, and if you hit Grow My Business, and then over on the right, it says My Websites and Profile. So click there, and we're going to go update our websites. And the good news is we are given websites in 3 different languages, English, Spanish, and French. So in case you are speaking with someone in France and you want to help them get enrolled, sending them your US website isn't necessarily going to help them all that much because number one, they might not know English that well. So the French website is translated, and there's going to be some products that aren't available in France yet, and the same with the UK. So there's some products just aren't available at the moment. So you can view your website here if you want, but the nitty gritty that we're going to get to is this part here where it says edit my profile, contact info, bio, groups, about, and links. So these are all sections for you to go and update. The one part about it that I don't really like is how they're so tiny. I feel like many people are overlooking them, not realizing that there's a lot of content within all of these little tabs. So that's why we're going to go through it together. All right, contact info. Some of this will be already auto-populated, but go through and add as much as you can. Add your name, your email address. If you have a team name, throw that in there. It's not required. If you don't add the info, it just doesn't show up on your page. So don't feel bad if it's missing. See, look, my phone number is missing. So I'm going to add in my phone number. And then I personally have a blog website. Don't get too excited. It's really not that active, but I put that in there. So there's some recipes and some tips on there that I share sometimes, but I actually haven't shared to that much lately. Definitely put in a photo of you so that, like I said earlier, when people come to your website, you can see like, hey, is there a picture of me? A transformation picture is great. If you don't have any, that's fine. Just put a photo of you. And then down here, you can add in any of your social media handles that you have, like your Facebook, Instagram. So I don't have my Instagram in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Instagram. Wow, you guys are watching. Okay, so there's my Instagram. I don't really have a Pinterest, Twitter, not really a YouTube, and I don't know my Snapchat, so I'll do those ones later. But feel free to add as much as you want. Make sure you hit this blue button at the bottom, save and publish. And my contact info is updated. So next, we're going to move on to the bio. So here in your bio, I'm pretty sure the My Coach bio section is like a little paragraph, and this is the generic info that they have already populated in here for me. It's going to probably be in your account, I assume, because I didn't add this in here. But then what I'm going to do later on, I'm not going to do it right now with you here, but I'm going to add a couple things in here about myself. And I'm going to focus more on like my why, like why I'm a coach, how I got started. And I might put a couple little tidbits in there just about me as a person, not necessarily related to Beachbody, like I love coffee and I love traveling, things like that, just so they can get to know who I am outside of like just being a Beachbody coach. Because clearly if they're on your website, they know you're a Beachbody coach. So let's share a little bit more about like who we are besides that. So that's what I'm going to put in there. Under the achievements section here, you can check off any of these boxes that you want that can also be shared on your page. Check off whatever you want. I currently have the Diamond Coach one checked off and the Shakeology 365 are checked off. I'm not really sure if they even appear. I haven't looked into too much detail, but we'll kind of go through and see what it looks like after we're done. And then you can also add an intro video. So this I'm really excited about because previously our websites did not have this functionality. It didn't have the ability for us to add a video like this. We were able to add, I think, 1 or 2 photos before, but now we can add a video that kind of gets them a little bit more personal and they can see our genuine just passion and excitement to help them get started on their journey. So you can add a video in here. It does have a limit. I feel like that's a really large file size. If anyone has done their video yet, feel free to let us know how that went. I just did a video before I did this for you guys, and it didn't turn out perfect, but I'm probably just going to throw it in there later. It's on my phone here, but I didn't want to waste the time to get in and do that just yet. But intro video, they do have tips. So click on these tips when you log in, helpful tips, and it will tell you the best way to make this video. It gives you all kinds of tips on like write down what you want to say. Keep it under 5 minutes. Yes, I know I can talk forever. I could make hours of videos on why I love coaching, why I started my journey, all of the accomplishments and things that I have achieved that I never thought I would have because of joining these challenge groups. But no one's going to want to listen to like a 3-hour long video. I'm lucky if they're going to want to listen to a 10-minute video. So keep it under 5 minutes, and that'll be helpful, and be very clear and concise. Be focused on your lighting. Just try to make sure it's not going to be like horrible lighting, and nothing like super distracting in the background. All kinds of tips in here that I think are helpful regardless of any kind of video or photo you're ever going to take. So keep these handy, and hopefully they'll help you. And then you can also add photos. So feel free to add photos of yourself. As you can see, I have different transformation photos here. I have a transformation photo of my boyfriend, Tim. I have 2 of my favorite shake recipes here that are also like food porn shake recipes. And you can also add on each of these photos, you can add a description. So when they go to your page, you can see the photos. So if I hit edit, let me see what it looks like. Okay, so here's the edit photos. I can move them around, I think. Yeah, like it lets me like change the order that they're in. You can delete them once they're in here, but add a little comment underneath each of them, because you'll see later once we go to my page that they can kind of scroll through the photos. So I don't know what the limit is on photos. You can probably add like 25 photos and they can scroll through all kinds of stuff here. And it's really exciting, but yeah, give little tips here of like what it is. Like this one down here that I have like the 21 days and I lost 160 pounds to 141 pounds. This was my transformation pick from the Ultimate Reset. And I titled that like, if fitness is not your thing, we have nutrition only plans that work too. So hopefully they read that and realize like, oh my gosh, like she got these results with just a nutrition plan. So there's a really good way to add a lot more value with a couple photos. And if you don't have any photos of you, feel free to use some of my transformation pictures. We have other people on the team that you can use some of their transformation pictures if you want to add those in there. And as always, you can go to beachbodychallenge.com and pull down some of the transformation pictures from that site for people to see some of the fun things that are happening. So I'm going to hit save photos. And I'm also going to hit save and publish because I don't think that we changed anything, but I want to make sure we don't lose anything. Okay, now we're going to go into groups. And this is where it's connected to your BOD groups. Remember how if you are a coach admin in a BOD group, it's going to appear on your websites. And I love this feature. I'm really excited about it. So under the My Group section, it gives you a little area where you can kind of give them some color, tell them a little bit about why it's so special to join your challenge group. I currently put in here a myth and fact post that I've shared a few times about why online and workouts at home can really benefit some people, because going to the gym never really benefited me. And they can save money because most gym memberships are a lot more expensive than a BOD membership. So that's kind of what I have in there just as a quick little info for them. And then the other piece, please, 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 even if you don't update this paragraph, go into your websites and update this right here. This checkbox, last I knew, defaults to empty. You have to manually go into your websites here and check off this box that says, yes, show my current and upcoming groups on my coach website. You want that to be there, guys. If you are a coach admin in any group, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing your people a disservice. It's selfish not to share that you have BOD groups out there available for them. And the great part about that is if you have not updated your website, you're not going to know this yet. But since this is available on my website, I have had people find my website and they have clicked on my BOD group and they have hit the button that says like request to join this group. And I get an email that says like, hey, so-and-so who was like a customer 4 years ago decided they wanted to join my BOD group and I had no idea. So I mean, they emailed me, of course, we got them in the group, it's all fine and dandy. But if this box isn't checked off, that ability isn't going to be there. So make sure you check it off. We're going to save and publish. We'll go to the next section. So the about section. Well, my about me is not even completed, guys. See what I told you? It's totally a work in progress. You can add another photo here. This is like a transformation picture I've had for years that I shared couple years ago. It's been in my website and it just I never updated it. So I might update that, but these boxes kind of give you 4 prompts. I don't know how necessary it is to stay exactly on those 4 prompts, but I'm going to put in here and see, it says like, who's your favorite Beachbody trainer? And I'm going to say Jericho McMatthews. What's your favorite Shakeology flavor? Vegan, vanilla. The vegan vanilla because I think it tastes like cake batter. And you want to know another fun little thing? If you're on your computer, like I'm on my laptop right now, and you want to use emojis, if you right click in there, it brings up this little window. And if you click emojis, and you can start typing to get cake, and they can have a cake batter emoji in there. What's your favorite thing about being a Team Beachbody coach? The support and community provided. See, guys, I can't type to save my life.
Are you going out tonight?
Yes, and I'm also doing a video, so thanks for interrupting. The support and community provided by our online groups. The goals I have achieved and obstacles I have overcome. So these are things I recommend while you're watching this recording. Write down these 4 little prompts. Where do you find inspiration? Who's your favorite trainer? Favorite shake flavor? What's your favorite part about being a Team Beachbody coach? I don't really like my answer in there, but it's something, and I'm going to save it and we're going to go look at it. But I'm going to come back at some point and update these, give them a little bit more love, things like that. Save and publish. And then finally, over here on links, make sure these links are turned on. So this is another one that I have to stress to you. Please make sure you go in and update this section if you don't update anything else, because since BOD groups came out, the last I knew, this new groups link tab right here was defaulted to hide. And if you wanted it to appear, you have to click show. So make sure you come in here and you click show. This will add buttons to your page where someone can click on shop, they can click on become a coach, they can click on groups, and they can click on join Beachbody on demand. I currently have that one on hidden simply because I prefer to be able to talk to any of my people before they enroll. I don't really want to send them straight to Beachbody on demand, only because I am so thrifty and I'm all about the numbers, guys. You know I'm a CPA, I'm the thrifty CPA. I don't want them to sign up for the $99 annual Beachbody on demand and then a week later spend 7 days of workouts watching the Shakeology promo video that's after their workout, and they buy Shakeology for $146. They just spent $246, guys, buying everything a la carte when we could have talked together and saved them so much money, and they could have gotten all of that for like $140. There's so many options. The bundles with the challenge packs are the best bang for their buck. And I think they deserve to know that, because I'd be pissed if I was that person and I just signed up with Beachbody On Demand. So that's why I allow the shop button to be there, because they can go to the shop and there's even like sections on the shop that say like challenge packs, best deals. Like any online shopping chick is going to generate towards that, because they're gonna be like, oh, there's a deal section. Oh, there's a discount section. So that's why I keep that in there. But feel free to leave the Join Beachbody On Demand on there if you want to show it. I personally choose to hide it. Not that I really need to explain that to you, but I felt like I should. So then here it is. I updated all of these sections here. So now I'm going to click this thing right here that says return to my sites in the left corner. And when we hit return to my sites, it's going to let me see our English, Spanish, and French site. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna click view my site, and it pulls it up in a new tab. Anybody else out there guilty of like always opening everything in a new tab? Confession, that's why I wanted to hit the right click and say open a new tab, because I didn't want it to take my coach office away. So here I am, here's my website. This is what it looks like, guys. So it lays your name in there, your profile picture that you added. Here's my team name. So if you don't have your team name, guys, it'll disappear. But I guess that's where they throw the team name, or it'll just be blank. You could even just put a fun little quote in there too if you want. But then here's all my contact info. They can click here, it'll go to Facebook, here it'll go to my Instagram. So here, I'm gonna click that and see what happens. And apologize if I sneeze. Oh, see, look guys, there's my Instagram. There it all is. Okay, so back in here, scroll down. So here's the about me. This is where I need to like really up the ante and fill out my about me paragraph. But again, I don't want it to be such a long novel that they're not going to read it. So keep it clear and concise, and I feel like bullet points and adding emojis will make it a lot easier to read, and add lines in between each sentence will make it a whole lot easier to read as well. So then here, moving on, it shows my Diamond Coach part in there. I guess the 365er, they probably don't have that updated yet. It's not in there, but I've been a 365er for my first 4 years. So hopefully that will get updated at some point. And here are the pictures. So here's like your slideshow ability, and they can go through all your pictures. So you can like arrow through them like this, or they can click on them. So here's one of 6, and it gives them my picture, and then here's the text that I gave the picture. And the same with the next one. So they can go through all your pictures, kind of like an online dating profile. Hopefully you're still listening. And that's pretty much it for the pictures. But I love that feature because, like I said, you could add pretty much anything in there, guys. It can be all kinds of stuff. And then here's a section on my groups. So this is kind of what I was leaning towards earlier when I told you in the part above where it's like the about me, if you space it out like this and you add little emojis, it's gonna be a lot more pleasing to the eye. So feel free to copy this if you want and put it into yours, or make your own little info about like what it's gonna be like to join your group and everything like that. But then here, what they're going to see right now, it's currently June of 2020, and these are the 2 groups that I'm a coach admin in, and they're currently ongoing groups. I'm in the process of making a couple more upcoming groups for program-specific launches that we have coming up, but this is where your groups will show. And if you're in one group, it'll be here. If you're in 25 groups as the coach admin, they'll appear here. So then what your people can do is they can click this button, learn more. So I'll click on it really fast just so you can see. Hopefully it will load. And they'll be able to come to the landing page for that bod group. So this is a whole nother training in itself, but when you're creating a bod group or you're the coach admin inside of a bod group, you create sort of a landing page for your group that is available on Beachbody On Demand, and you can set the settings for it to be private, or it can be a public group that is available if someone searches in Beachbody On Demand for something. Like if you have a group that's like postpartum moms, and I think they can go in there and search like postpartum moms, and if there's a group out there, they could find it and they might hit join. So you can put all of your info in here of like what it's going to be like to join your group. This is all a part of setting up your bod group, but this is what they see when they get there, and they can hit like learn more. I think since I'm the admin of the group, it says learn more, but I think their button says like request to join. So that was a little sidebar, but that's what happens if they go to your page. They can go join your group. And then if you scroll down, the more about me, it adds your photo in. So this is a good reason to go through and proofread your website after you do it, because this photo is distorted now. So the photo that I originally made wasn't in a square version format, if that makes sense. It was more of a rectangular format, and it appears that Beachbody, like the website, has formatted it into a square, so it's kind of like stretched together a little more. So it's like something silly, but not anything that I would think of putting that photo in. So now I'm going to go back at some point and add in a new photo, but damn, it makes me look like a twig in that picture. So then here's the other piece that I wasn't sure of. Now that we filled out these things and the more about me, where it says like, who's your favorite trainer? What's your favorite Shakeology? It puts that here in bold. So if you don't want that question on there, like I didn't answer that first question. Do you guys see how it's not in here? It's like, what inspires you? That's not in here. So it doesn't leave it blank. So that's good. But then it's also really nice that all you have to do is answer the question. You don't have to say like, my favorite trainer is Jericho McMatthews. And then like adding the little emoji is a nice touch, because then they're kind of like, oh, what's the emoji for? So fun little things like that will be helpful. And then all the way down at the bottom here, these are the links that we were saying to add on here, that they'll add on shop, groups, or become a coach. So it takes someone a long time to get all the way down through your website. So here's the top, and scroll all the way down to find your shop or your groups or become a coach. So those are all down there and available for them if they're looking and interested. But I think the great part right now is the groups are very prevalent. So make sure you're an admin in a group. If you are not, reach out to me. I'll make you an admin in my groups, guys. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Let me know if you guys have questions. I'm really excited to see your pages. If you get it done and you want someone to look at it, send it over to me. I'd love to take a look. You're welcome to always go check out my page as like a little teaser if you want. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to type it in here. I'm pretty sure my page is beachbodycoach.com/Liz Retker. Let's see. Oh, it's slowly loading, but I think maybe not. That's a lie. Oh, there it is. Okay, it just took a while to load. So to find my website, if you want to look at it for inspiration or anything like that, it's beachbodycoach.com/Liz Retker. And let me see if there's inside of the things where you could, oh, here, the URL. Edit in English. Let's see what that tells me. I'm trying to see. Sorry for the long pause, friends. There is somewhere in our back office. I apologize for not having it readily available for you. I didn't actually think about this until right this moment, where you can update your coach website URL. I thought it was right here. Maybe I'm clicking the button and since I'm sharing screen, something's popping up and I'm missing it. But I was able to change my coach website to be that beachbuddycoach.com/ you can change what comes after the slash. You can have it your name. Mine is Liz Retker. Coach Scott's is Scott H. Phillips. If you want to type his in, beachbuddycoach.com/ Scott H. Phillips. It's just easy, especially if you're talking to someone on the fly and you don't have the ability to send them a share cart or something like that. If you're driving, you can talk to them on the phone and just say like, hey, listen, type in this website. You can go to my website right now and just give them the beachbuddycoach.com/ Liz Retker, and they can go look at your website like while you're driving, whatever you're doing. But if I find that, I'll add it in like the comments or whatever of the video after I post it. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Let us know if you have questions and we'll talk to you soon.